Did you know? Imagine this for a moment. You wake up tomorrow, you open your banking app, the numbers are still there, but then a thought hits you. Those numbers only mean something because everyone agrees they do. Your money works because people trust the system, trust the bank, trust the government, trust that the rules won't suddenly change. That's how modern money works. Not because it's perfect, not because it's guaranteed by math, but because we all agree to believe in it. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Trust is fragile. History shows this again and again. Countries collapse, banks fail, currencies lose value, and when trust breaks, money breaks with it. Bitcoin begins exactly at this problem. This is not a story about getting rich fast. It's not about charts, hype, or price predictions. It's about something much deeper. Bitcoin asks a simple but dangerous question. Don't miss the next part. Follow me. What if money didn't need trust at all? Right now, trust is under pressure everywhere. Governments create new money when economies slow down. Banks can block transactions. Accounts can be frozen. Inflation quietly eats away at savings year after year. None of this requires bad intentions. It's just how the system is built. Modern money depends on middlemen. When you send money today, you're not really handing anything over. You're asking several institutions to update their records. Your bank checks your balance. Another bank agrees to receive it. Payment networks approve it. Central banks sit at the top, making sure everything settles correctly. Every step depends on permission. Every step depends on trust. Don't miss the next part. Follow me. Most of the time, this system works fine, until it doesn't. In 2008, banks took risks they didn't fully understand. When those risks exploded, the global economy nearly collapsed. Regular people lost jobs, homes, and savings. Banks were rescued. Trust was shaken. Out of that moment, something strange appeared. A short document posted online by someone using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. No company, no marketing, no interviews, just an idea written in plain text. A digital money system where you don't have to trust anyone. To understand how Bitcoin does this, we need to understand what trust normally does in money. Trust decides who can send money. Trust decides who keeps records. Trust decides who can change the rules. Don't miss the next part. Follow me. Bitcoin removes that role completely. Instead of trusting people or institutions, Bitcoin asks you to trust math. At the center of Bitcoin is something called a public ledger. Think of it like a giant shared notebook. Every transaction is written inside it. Anyone can see it. Anyone can check it. But no one can secretly erase or change past entries. This is already very different from banks. Bitcoin groups transactions into blocks. Each block is connected to the one before it using cryptography. That connection is like a lock. If you try to change even one tiny detail in the past, the lock breaks, and everyone can see it. This creates something rare in finance, a history that can't be quietly rewritten. But who decides which transactions are allowed? Not a CEO, not a government, not a committee. Instead, computers around the world compete. They race to solve a very difficult math puzzle. The first computer to solve it earns the right to add the next block to the ledger. This process is called mining, but it's less about digging and more about proving work. Solving these puzzles costs real money: electricity, hardware, time. And that cost is intentional, because it makes cheating expensive. If someone wanted to fake transactions or rewrite history, they wouldn't just need control once, they'd need to outwork the entire network over and over again, at global scale. At that point, cheating becomes more expensive than playing by the rules. This is the key shift. In traditional systems, honesty is enforced by laws and authority. In Bitcoin, honesty is enforced by math and cost. Bitcoin assumes people are selfish. It doesn't expect them to behave well. It designs the system so that selfish behavior still keeps the network honest. That's one of the strangest parts. Now, let's talk about the number that makes Bitcoin truly different. 21 million. That's the maximum number of Bitcoins that will ever exist. Not approximately, not based on policy, written directly into the code. New Bitcoins are created on a fixed schedule, about every 10 minutes, and roughly every 4 years, the amount created gets cut in half. This continues until no new Bitcoins are produced. No meetings, no emergency decisions, no sudden changes, just math. Don't miss the next part. Follow me. Compare this to traditional money. When economies slow, more money is created. When debt grows, supply expands. When crises hit, rules are adjusted. This flexibility helps stabilize systems, but it also slowly reduces the value of money over time. Bitcoin does not adjust. It does not care about recessions. It does not care about politics. It does not care about human needs. That's either its biggest strength or its biggest weakness. This is where hype and reality collide. Supporters say fixed supply protects value. Critics say it creates extreme volatility. Both are correct. Bitcoin doesn't smooth anything out. It reflects demand exactly as it is. When people rush in, price rises fast. When fear hits, price falls hard. There is no central authority to calm markets, no safety net. That makes Bitcoin powerful and dangerous. Zoom out even further. Bitcoin creates a system where money can't easily be censored, where anyone can participate, where rules apply equally. That's revolutionary. But it also removes human judgment. If you lose access, there's no help desk. If you make a mistake, it's final. If bad actors use it, there's no pause button. Math doesn't care why something happened. It only checks if the rules were followed. Bitcoin doesn't promise fairness, it promises consistency. And that leads to the real question. Do we actually want money that is enforced by code instead of people? Do we want systems that never bend, even when bending might help? Or do we prefer imperfect systems run by humans who can adapt, intervene, and sometimes fail? Bitcoin doesn't answer these questions. It simply proves something unsettling. Trust has always been the weak point of money. And now, for the first time, math is offering to replace it. Don't miss the next part. Follow me.